Alright guys, so I want to come at you today real quick and do a quick little video here showing you guys my 2025-2026 hunting season setup. Not a whole lot's changed. A little bit has, but not a lot. So I'm still going to run the Elite Envision. This thing's, 4 or 5 year old, 4-year-old, whatever. I started running this. I've put 3 seasons on it so far. This will be my 4th season. I just had new strings from Harvest Archery. They made me some new green with black spec strings for this season. I just had it restrung because the Surgeon was coming apart after last season. I'm still going to run my the same GoPro Hero 9 Black on it. Same sight, CBE Trek 3-pin. Even down to the sight tape. I didn't even have to change my sight tape when they restrung it. For the last 3 seasons, I have run these Easton Axis 340 spine 5mm. I'm not going to get into crazy detail on these. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot. All I know is I cut these myself. I build them myself. They have the factory hit inserts in them that come with them. This year is different. What's different is I'm going to run these hit collars. I haven't ran the collars before, and the reason I want to run these is not necessarily for FOC or anything like that, but I shot a doe bedded down 2 years ago, and so it went through. It was a full pass through, went through the deer and buried up into the ground, right? But when the deer jumped up, because she was bedded, the back half of the arrow was still actually in her. When she jumped up, it bent the arrow like this, and it broke out between where the hit insert is, which is about right here. The front of the hit insert is about right here, and then this whole last ½ inch or whatever that you have is carbon, right? So it broke out of the carbon right there. So, if you go back and watch that video, it's been a couple years back, you'd see it. But so anyways, and I've had several arrows since then. It's the only bad thing I can say about these Easton Axis arrows. And it's not necessarily the arrow's fault. It's the fact that the hit insert sets back inside the shaft. It's hidden. It's hidden back. It's recessed inside the shaft. So the front of the insert's here. You got all this space is carbon. I've had a couple of really hard hit shots where it broke out right there. We're hoping that this collar will fix that. Like I said, it's not really for the FOC purposes, penetration purposes, mainly just to keep it from breaking out right there. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, that's new for this season. This year, so the past 3 seasons I've ran DCA custom, or I've ran AAE max vanes is what I ran, the 2.7 inch. These are 2 1/4 inch DCA custom vanes, and I really like these so far. I had 3 that I fletched up with these, and I shot them, and I had 3 of the AAEs still left from last season. And I ended up stripping the arrows down and changing them all to these DCA 2 1/4 inch. I really like these. They seem to stabilize the arrow good. They fly really good. Not that the AAEs didn't. I just like the looks of these pretty good. I did do a couple in yellow wraps because my wife had some yellow vinyl, so she cut me some yellow wraps too. I think I like the white better. Just a personal preference thing, but her and my son said they like the yellow better, so I don't know. But anyways, we're going to keep that same arrow setup aside from we added the hit collars and changed the vanes. One thing that's probably a lot of people don't realize, a lot of people talk about FOC, especially nowadays. You got to have a heavy arrow and all this stuff. This arrow right here probably is barely, I haven't weighed it, I don't know, I don't have a scale to weigh it, but it's probably barely crossing that 400 grain threshold with the 100 grain tip that I run on it. Generally, I'll run these 2-inch green Swackers from Walmart. I like them, haven't had any issues with them, and they're cheap, and you can get them at Walmart. You don't have to order them online or anything like that and wait on them to get here. I can just go to Walmart and pick a set up. That's what I really like about them. This year, I've got 2 different NAP broadheads. I'm going to try. I tried to run them a little last year. I had mixed results, but I think it was me and not the broadhead. So we're going to try them again this season. Fingers crossed and see how they work out. But only really because they were so cheap when I bought them. That's all it is. It's not necessarily that I'm not happy with the Swackers. These were just really cheap and on sale. And these right here, the 3-blade ones, the These are the Spitfire Max. It's actually the crossbow one, but I like the fact that these don't have neither one of these have any kind of retention collar to them. There's no bands or anything like that, so I did like that. But they were just dirt cheap on Amazon, so I bought them. We're gonna try them out this year because I have had pretty good, consistent results shooting in the yard with them. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll let you guys know about that later. But literally everything else about my setup is exactly the same. I'm trying to keep this video kind of short. Aside from I added the hit collars and changed my vanes. My release is the same. I'm going to try these new broadheads and see how that goes, but you know, everything else is just like it has been. So that's what we're going to run this year. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, thanks. We'll catch you guys in the next one.